Have you heard of Steve Austin?
Dude, I ought to give you a stunner just for asking me that.
I meant the $6 million man.
No, dude, Stone Cold Steve Austin's first manager was the $1 million man.
How about Battlestar Galactica?
Oh, Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, that's real funny.
Michael!
What about Doctor Who?
Who?
The Doctor.
Who is the Doctor?
Yes.
I don't know. Oh, right. The person that travels through time and space inside of a blue phone booth, right?
Retrostar is a game made to emulate the feel of a sci-fi TV show between the 60s and 80s.
Well, hold on. It simulates a television show? Are we a television show simulating a game, simulating a show?
Calm yourself, Twilight Zone. But I do like where your head's at. So that's a rudimentary explanation. But anyway, all of these shows may seem to cover different themes. They are all, however, examples of science fiction television of the 60s through 80s.
Okay.
With Retrostar, we're not just here to create a sci-fi setting, but also make a TV show out of it.
Oh, okay, so we're going to be executive producers.
Sort of. The game master here is known as the showrunner, and we'll create an elevator pitch to describe the show. One of the examples in the book, and the one you'll see us utilizing soon, is Family Nuclear. An accident has led to a life or death choice. The family is saved through secret technology in exchange for needing to do jobs. Each week we'll have a new episode of whatever shenanigans the family is involved in, whether we're thwarting mole people, rooting out weapons smugglers, or making sure prom runs smoothly.
Whoa, what goes wrong at prom? Is there a massive conspiracy to get the son of a shady conglomerate elected king in order to obtain the crown, which houses a stashed microchip?
That brings me to the part of creating the show. Dials. The dials represent the type of things we can expect from individual episodes. There are 5 of these, and the idea you just described could definitely happen. Most likely when the dial for cheese is cranked up. The idea itself is silly, but it gets more ridiculous when the non-children of the family have to go undercover and maintain that cover by succeeding at dancing while subject to the ridicule of their juniors. The dials are turned from 0 to 6 to exemplify what we can expect.
Yeah, but sometimes you just want that extra push. Most blokes, they're only playing the game at 6. But then where can you go from there? Nowhere. I can see us in the heat of the moment needing to turn the dial up to 7 to really rock out.
You could just make 6 more intense and make that the highest.
But these would go to 7.
I really like the dials as a tool for the showrunner, but they're great tools for using this game therapeutically. Based on the work you do week to week with your counseling, you could use the dials to set topics and boundaries. If you're ready to get into something heavier, you turn up maybe the plot dial. We use the parallel there of progressing the narrative both in and out of game.
All right, now that's a really cool concept, but what about the players?
Players also have dials, and those evolve as the show progresses. You don't have to set anything, but as you develop, you can begin setting those numbers. The dials can have more than one facet tied to them, and hopefully you'll find those aspects to focus on, similar to therapy.
You know, that is impressive, and it does answer a future question, but I meant more, where do we come in as characters?
Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is another super cool part of Retrostar. I, as the showrunner, come up with characters, and then you, as the player, will write up the actor who portrays them. This may sound like I have a lot of control over you, but let me point out a couple popular characters. Think about James Bond and the differences between Sean Connery and Daniel Craig, plus everyone in between.
You know, that's true. There are some unique qualities.
Now, let me point out an even better example. The Joker. Think about Jack Nicholson, Mark Hamill, Heath Ledger, and Jared Leto. Pretty different iterations.
Wow, yeah, you know, talk about a world of difference there. And don't forget Joaquin Phoenix.
Yikes. Yeah, talk about shining a light on mental health struggles.
Right?
I'm now having a vision of performing family therapy for all the Jokers together.
Oh God, is this secretly the game of Retrostar you have planned? We're all the Joker who time traveled to the same place and we're now finally a family, and God, I don't think Tony's going to let me last more than 5 minutes. And or is that what he'd want me to think? Maybe he's just tricking me into that making the first move, or maybe that's a trap. Oh God, no, he'd be chaotic and just respond completely at random.
Nate, slow down. We're not going to be a sci-fi show featuring a time-traveling Joker family.
Oh,
in fact,
okay,
I'm
good.
going to be playing alongside you.
Wait,
because the game creator himself, Barak Blackburn, will be running it.
So we're going to both be players at the same time?
I know, exciting, right? By the way, Tony is going to light your socks on fire as his first move.
Oh no. How do you know that?
Before we get started, I should probably go over how rolls work. So you'll use only D6s.
Whoa, dude, we're late.
What?
Dude, look, the show's already started.
Holy cow.
So you guys have your characters. Do you have any questions on your special effects and what they can do?
I think I'd like to, just for the sake of the viewer, go through our characters.
Yeah, absolutely. Great. No, I'm just making sure we all know what's going on. So go ahead.
I think we also want to we got to do an intro because this is the beginning of season 2 to Deges and Dragons.
I assumed that we were just gonna add that later.
We'll add that later.
Oh, that's fine. Welcome to Deges and Dragons.
Therapeutic benefit in role-playing games.
Welcome to Deges and Dragons.
Oh yeah, baby.
Your presence requested in exchange for treasures.
Are we talking one treasure each? Welcome to Deges and Dragons season 2. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Hey, we're starting.
All right, so as written by the showrunner, I'm Popsy Franklin Nicholas, Dr. Nico, who is combination absent-minded and oversmart professor, father-in-law of Ellie, who is Nate, father of Alston, and who is not with us.
He passed away. So
Okay, Sawyer is my other son, who is Tony. I am a former college wrestler, wannabe novelist, has an eye for the ladies, claims a connection with many obscure and famous people, and developer of the Cybernetics program. For my special effects, I have a computer/electrical interface and adrenaline boot.
Adrenaline boost. I'm sorry, adrenaline boost. So
Adrenaline boost. Okay. I just kind of read it as like it's booting up my system.
So one thing about 70s shows is a lot of times they did weird spellings for things. So we can call it an adrenaline boot, and that it's you sort of tap and maybe a little glow comes up and you see weird, neon blood coursing through your veins. So that's fine. So that sounds great to me.
And then as the actor who will be taking on that role, I was an Olympic gold medalist, chest main, owns a gym chain, Adidas model, arrogant baritone, balding salt and pepper buzz cut, clean tight beard, swimmer's posture, manicured extremities, and moisturized skin.
I don't like that last one, but it's great.
I pictured like this, I guess like a little bit James Bond.
Yeah.
Probably like a little on the young side for the character that was written. So
the idea is that the mom's probably early 30s. So like she's sort of, Charlie's Angel's age, so she's attractive. So yes, being a young, sort of Popsy being on the younger side, that totally makes sense. He's not like, Mr. Drummond, he's not like old and firm guy. He's in shape and that's great. So
excellent. Yeah, so that's me and where I stand in the family hierarchy.
Yes.
And I guess I'll go next. I am Eleanor Nicholas, Ellie, as I like to be called. I'm the cool young mother of Davy, who is going to be played by Paul, I believe. I'm a former artist, pragmatic, practical, rebellious spirit, married young. I'm a widow of Alston, who is Popsy's son, correct? Yeah, Popsy's son. Greatly misses her friends and family, but understands the significance of what they're doing. Prep school, and I went to prep school and Seven Sisters. So for Cybernet, so the actor herself, she's winning smile, mother of two, huge wavy hair, like brunette hair. Definitely a stage presence about her. Women's activist. She's got a ton of energy. Famous father, freckles. Glass half full personality. She's a violinist, an animal activist, and very genuine and sweet.
Excellent.
Yeah. And then the cybernetics, I have cybernetic legs, which gives me super speed and strength, and leaping. Yes. Then for stats, Adventure 2, Thought 1, Drama 0. Yeah.
And wait, that's not right for stats. I don't think it should be. You start with 1, 0, -1.
Oh,
and then you add 1. So.
Yep. Sorry, my bad. There was adventure. It says Adventure 2, Thought -1, Drama.
Gotcha. Okay. Excellent.
Cool. And that is Ellie.
Excellent.
All right. Next up is me, waiting for my comedic entrance, I guess. I am Davey. I am a 13-year-old music prodigy with perfect pitch, though I am unable to play with my left hand due to a previous accident.
Well, due to the accident that gave you all cybernetics.
Right. A very special accident.
Very
charming.
Very special.
Yes. I am charming but awkward, introverted, likely to interject, loves to talk about music, even if it's coming off extremely weird. I'm trying to be a little bit less OCD, fascinated by garage bands and the burgeoning punk scene, as well as older girls. As for my cybernetic powers or abilities, I have a cybernetic arm, which is detachable and launchable. I have a cybernetic ear, which helps me with languages, super sensitive, and recorded. And in terms of the traits as the actor himself, I am a legacy actor, youth Broadway, oval glasses, small stature. I have a unique voice, and I've had private tutors. I'm one of 5 siblings, or I'm one of 6 kids. I have 5 siblings. I'm a trendsetter with my gorgeous brunette bowl cut, and I am a trained classical dancer with an incredible work ethic. So
awesome.
That's me. In terms of stats, I am 0 to -1, I believe.
Awesome.
For adventure, thought, and drama.
Great.
All right. My character is Sawyer Nicholas. I am Alston's younger brother. He's in his mid-20s. Definitely surfer/skateboarder vibe. You get definitely a strong counterculture vibe from him as well. Like Conrad, he loves to flirt. Not as discriminate with gender because love is love. He's a college dropout though, however he's incredibly intelligent but very much unfocused. Cares deeply for Ellie. He pays attention to fads, the latest fads, to a near obsession. However, he gives off a very anti-materialistic viewpoint. His cybernetics, he has cyber eyes and cybernetic feet. The actor behind Sawyer is a method actor. He has long, bleached, silken hair. He is thin and very defined. He's a gymnast, so he's very flexible. He rewrites his lines frequently. He's a world traveler, anti-drug, elite education. He does a variety of different roles. He's a trained chef, a yogi, as well as having incredibly intense eyes. And for stats, he has Adventure 1, Thought 0, and Drama of 0.
Cool. So, as mentioned, I will hold up my little cards here. We are Act 1. So, as with every episode, we sort of we're in a new town. So, I'm picturing Popsy sort of getting gas for the car, sort of hanging out and doing his thing. I would picture Ellie doing some shopping. I'd picture Davy starting at a new school, and I would picture Sawyer just sort of wandering around town. You are in the town of Eventide, which is it's on the eastern shore of a large body of water. So as you look to the west, you would see sort of the sunrise or the sunset over the water. It has sort of a boardwalk type area, stuff like this. It's a little bit of a tourist town, but it also has sort of, your locals and everything along those lines. So that's where we are setting our thing. So we come in and we come in over the water. Okay, so Popsy, so we're just sort of a standard sort of 70s sedan, and you are at the gas station. There's a bit of a line because, again, in the 70s, we are, during the Carter administration, there obviously was sort of the gasoline shortage. So there's cars, and so we see the gas station up ahead, and you're probably 5 to 6 cars back. Everyone's just kind of parked and waiting to get some gas. So there's a sign up front talking about the limitations on gas for each individual, and you're there. What would you like to be doing? What are you wearing? What are you doing? Tell me about the situation.
All right, so if we're at some sort of coastal town, then definitely, the DV. I definitely want to have that chest mane on full display.
Hawaiian shirt unbuttoned back here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, nice necklace.
I was gonna say,
yeah, nice necklace. That basically chest hair jewelry to augment.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Yeah. So we'll pan around on that, and I'll definitely just kind of scan, looking if any ladies catch my eye.
Sure. So let's so there's a woman who's she's not a young woman. We would put her you guys are aware of the thing. So when the Golden Girls started, Rue McClanahan's character, Blanche, is that Blanche?
I think so. I think it was Blanche.
She's the age that Marissa Tomei is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, it's sort of weird the way we look at women and the way Hollywood looks at women. So there's an older woman, so we're talking mid to late 40s, early 50s. So she's a mom of older kids. So she's a little younger than you, but, she's not like, a young woman. So she's up ahead, and we see her sort of like leaning out the window. Again, beautiful sun in the sky, beautiful stuff here. She's just kind of waiting. She's leaning out the window, taking in some of the stuff. She's a couple cars ahead of you. And again, everyone sort of stopped, so people are like standing outside their cars as they're waiting and along the lines like that. So.
Okay, is Davy with me or is Davy with Ellie?
No, Davy's going to be starting his first day of school.
That's right. Davy's at school. That's right.
The backpack is on.
Oh, when we get there, sure.
So I will turn on the local disco station fairly loudly and step outside of my vehicle. Very casually lean against the vehicle. Do kind of just like a little posturing.
Okay.
Back, and look over enough to see if I'm catching her eye, and then if I don't, I will make my approach.
Well, so this is a perfect example. So this is a situation where I'll ask you what your intention is. What are you trying to do in this scene?
So my intention is to, one, to pass the time, two, to charm this woman, and perhaps use her knowledge of the area for local fun or private fun.
Okay, so your intention is you're sort of trying to exude, like, masculine sexuality. You're trying to bring some fun to this sort of downbeat moment as people are standing in line, and you're trying to sort of attract her attention, correct?
Yes, and if I go about it in such a, I guess, loud way as to catch the eye of everybody in line, then that's also acceptable.
Sure. So let's call that we'll call that a drama roll. And so whatever your drama is, what is your drama?
So I have 1 drama.
Okay. So that's going to be 1 positive dice. So you're going to roll 3 dice and you're going to keep your best 2. There's no penalty with this roll. There's no benefit to this roll. And so you're just going to roll 3 dice and keep your best 2 and let me know what you end up. So I held up the 1 as this is our first dice roll of Act 1.
All right. I'd also like to use a spotlight token.
You want to use spotlight token already? Sure. That's fine.
I want to open this episode with the chess main spotlight.
Okay, cool. So that's going to give you an extra 2 dice. So now you're going to roll 5 dice. You're going to keep your best 2.
Sounds great.